Hello, y'all. So I'm here with an update video on Montoya, who is the trans woman who got banned from the White House, subsequent to showing off her ta 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 ta. Honey, shout out to her for having what I don't have just yet, honey. You know we got to create optical illusions over here because we ain't blessed to show off ours, honey. If I would have showed off mine on the White House lawn, they would have darn said, "Oh, she's a darn cross dresser, honey. She ain't a trans." They wouldn't even thought I was a trans girl, honey. My voice is still deep. I darn got facial hair to cover up or whatnot. I ain't as far as Miss Rose Montoya. But she realized her error, that even though she was able to legally do it, it's like just because something is legal does not necessarily mean that it's proper, nor that it's the correct time to do. I understand it's like right message but wrong timing. They already gave you the courtesy to come to the White House, so you can still argue the points that need to be argued on behalf of all of us as trans women, as far as these laws is getting pushed back. Even right now in North Carolina, and once again, North Carolina is such a flip-floppy ass state. Um, they darn going ban child affirming care for young transgender youth. So it's like we don't even know to the extent. And I had to do some research on it, but it's like, so what about therapy? Like, okay, we can debate whether or not a child should be on hormones that can affect them permanently. Like if they do grow up and decide that they don't want to transition or whatnot, some stuff is permanent. So I can see where folks are coming from with that, but it's like transgender services is not just the transitioning. Sometimes it's actual mental health care and therapy. So it's like, what if the person needs to talk to a therapist in regards to the gender dysphoria, and you just blankly say there are no gender affirming care services, so they're no longer able to get no proper coverage for therapy. So we also got to think about stuff like that. It's not just as simple as saying, oh well, they just can't be on the male football. And once again, it's always targeted towards trans women, because in the North Carolina bill, it specifically states trans girls cannot participate on cisgender female sports. But they don't, I guess they don't mind females being in a male area. So it's like, from their logic, because once again, I'm not disrespecting anybody who is, they know that they're male but they're assigned female at birth. I'm speaking from their bullshit rhetoric. It's like, so you're saying that you're protecting young girls and stuff, but you no longer view the girls who are transitioning to men as girls, because in that same law, you ban transgender women from being on women teams because of fear of what they can do to cisgender women. But what about the trans men, which are females assigned at birth, transitioning to males who won't apply for the football team? So you don't care about her well-being? Once again, it's the double standards of it all, because you got a lot of old patriarchal darn going dickheads darn going, creating these laws on behalf of all of us. There's no diversity like that. I mean, I think there might be one trans girl up in there, leading the charge up against all of it. That's why we got to darn gonna show up and show out in more numbers when it comes to Parliament. We got to get more people in office that look like us and represent us. In addition to the folks that's on the front line, like the Rose Montoyas. It's like, it's one thing for you to be out there protesting, but for it to also be a significant change, we also need to put our money where our mouth is. We need to be able to raise up money towards, congressmen that look like us, that's going to be for our darn gone better interests, and for our adolescent darn gone children that are dealing with the same issues that we are dealing with. So I do applaud her for apologizing and whatnot, and specifically giving an apology to black trans women. I don't know if she saw my video or whatnot, because or it was a whole bunch of us that was expressing our frustration, because it was like, well, damn, man, it must be nice. Must be nice. Honey, you darn gonna got a whole invitation and everything. Here you go get to show your ass free, well, or your tatas freely. Let it been us. Oh, we would have been crucified at the darn second. Then in addition to, the transgenderism of it all, we got to deal, the trans bias. We got to darn deal with higher rates of darn mortality in our darn with being trans because, white people kick y'all out the house. Honey, we darn have to worry about Pookie and Ray Ray darn pow-powing us, honey. And not just the streetwalkers. I ain't never done that a day in my life, but they are darn gonna relegate all of us to that and say, oh, well, she must have darn gonna been trying to. That's the running narrative that they do to try to get away with just killing one of us. They just don't see us as individuals. They judge us as a monolith, where it's like, oh, well, she must have been trying to holler at him or whatnots, and she was a trick or whatnots. They don't look at the fact that I'm a 2-time college graduate. They ain't going to look at the fact that I got hundreds of darn guys darn trying to hit me up that I darn denied left and right. So it's like, of all things, I'm not desperate for dick, honey. Dick darn I can have a different man for every day of the darn day for a whole month if I so choose. I can change out men like I change out my underwear daily. So it's like, but they don't look at it like that. They don't even have the appropriate amount of special victims unit in darn certain cities to deal with darn cases with us. We just darn is a discarded file. So we got to darn reconstruct this whole country from every facet, from parliament, law enforcement, even down to doctors. We need to darn have more doctors that are like us, and we need to have like resources to show us who are really our darn allies. It doesn't even have to be fellow trans people or gay people. It can darn be people who are for the support of LGBT people. So it's like when you are at the White House, you could argue all those points directly in front of President Biden. But instead, you darn decide that, and granted, you are a model and you are very beautiful and all, but you darn showcasing the girls, honey, was just darn such a wasted opportunity. It was so much that you could have darn like, I wish you would have just, said everything that I was saying directly to Biden's darn face. So he never darn did nothing on him. We can hold his ass to task and be like, see, this is why you should vote for Marianne Williamson and whatnot, because she is for the darn girls' rights. And honey, you can say you spoke with President Biden firsthand, and he darn dipped and dodged on the question. He darn conveniently act like he was darn see now. So it's like, this is why, we were so irritated with you. So I'm glad that you learned the aerial ways. Everybody has a fucked up moment. I'm not going to permanently write out her. She ain't did nothing major. She ain't darn off nobody. She ain't commit no pedophilia, unlike some of them folks in office that darn dictate our lives. But they be darn causing the most major atrocities, from darn attending darn certain pedo rings on the low allegedly, to darn being paid off by pharmaceutical industries and everything. So your most corrupt people are the ones darn ironically trying to dictate and make laws and limit everybody else's life. So I'm glad she was able to learn the error of her ways. Offer a sincere apology to the black trans girls or whatnot. I definitely receive it over here. I can't speak on behalf of everybody, but I think it's safe to say, girl, we darn well receive it. Like I say, everybody has a fucked up moment. This was your fucked up moment. You live and you learn. So, yeah, that is it, y'all. Well, not really it. Like I said, we definitely have plenty of work to do. We definitely got to darn take down this corrupt system. And not just on behalf of transgender churches, such as like what's going on here in North Carolina, and what's going on with trans girls in the state of Texas. I don't even know how anybody can be trans and be in Texas with all the bullshit. Hell, even gay. Like they trying to put anti-sodomy laws on the books and stuff. So don't think because you gay that you darn going sliding through the cracks either. But neither here nor there. We're like, we really got to darn hit all these folks throughout all the states, especially in the conservative South. Honey, Texas and Florida, ooh, most horrible. North Carolina with they bipolar swinging behind. Governor Cooper is trying his best, but unfortunately, you know, this is once again why you don't just rely on the governor, because there is a veto-proof majority in the House and Senate here in darn North Carolina that's able to override anything that darn Governor Cooper darn proposes. He can't pocket veto nothing because they got the darn veto-proof majority. So come election times, this is why that we also got to educate the importance of midterms, etc. But not just focusing on who's going to be the president of the United States, but also who's going to be your governor, who's going to be your mayor, your superintendent of schools. Like, you got to know all of that. And when it comes to us, we need to know where they stand on LGBTQIA issues. Because in addition to, regular history, we got to learn about black history specifically, while y'all trying to take everything out and put in your revisionist spin on it. We got to combat that. But see, with us, there's twofold of it. Like, they also conveniently leave out the LGBT black folks that also paved the way for history. Because how many people could actually say they learned about Marsha P. Johnson in school? How many of y'all know about Byron Rustin? Y'all hear about Martin Luther King, but y'all don't hear about the right-hand man that was really the one that was more so leading the darn charge, and Martin Luther King was the face. Martin Luther King was the face because he was the more palatable. He was darn safe. He was the pastor. He was, he was well-spoken and all of that, versus darn Byron Johnson. He might have been a queen, honey, but he was a queen that was with the shits if need be. He was with the get down. See, we don't hear about that. And then, they try to erase the fact that Malcolm X was of the community, even though it's on record that he was a clear bisexual. See, they take all of that out when they get control of the pen. That's why we got to work and do diligent and combat all that bullshit. So yeah, definitely focus on your midterm elections as well. And Rose Montoya, she is somebody who has over 1 million followers. She got way more reach than I can. So hopefully she might come across this video, take some keynotes from it, and use her massive platform to spread awareness towards voting and stuff if she haven't already. I haven't looked into her extensively, but if she haven't, that's what I would encourage her to do. But as far as her apology, it's definitely well received over here. So that is it, y'all. That's my update on Rose Montoya. Y'all give me y'all thoughts. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Oh, P.S. How did y'all like the temporary new background? Y'all so used to me recording in my bedroom. I just got finished with an interview, and hence the temporary change of location. So I said, well, hell, I already got it set up out here. I might as well do this video out here. So y'all tell me how y'all like the temporary. Don't get too used to it. I don't know. I might be able to pull a pillow up or whatnots and be able to relax like this. Yeah, I guess I could. Would y'all want me to do more videos out here? Or would y'all just prefer me to be in my bedroom or whatnots? I just wanted to change it up a little bit for y'all. But anyways, good night, y'all. Mwah.